Alright guys, and we're back with another video. Karl Malone has dropped in game. New character dropped. This time a big man, the mailman. I'm not gonna lie, I remember seeing him when he first dropped. If you know Karl Malone's history, which I don't think a lot of people do, he's a very controversial person to put in the game, but they did make him good, so can't even say anything bad about that. He has pretty good dunking, pretty good mid-range based on what I remember from the Asian server. He's a very offensive character, good blocking, rebounding, very good vertical. So you might be able to do a nice little vertical build to help him with rebounding and blocking. You can play into that a little bit more. Slow, 71 movement, kind of slow, but 138 strength, bro. This character is very different when how you play. He's a not that character. He's like Tatum on steroids, essentially. Like, he is just like that's how I see people using. Like, you really trying to master the art of knocking people back, because he gets so much strength in his passive, so much strength in like just his movement and stuff. So that's kind of what you want to do there. So in terms of a potential build, I think this could be a good build for him. Maybe something with dunking or mid-range. So mid dominance is the one up there. I'm pretty sure that gives you mid-range and block. I think this might be the best for him. Maybe a full rebounding build, like trying to give him 25 rebounding. I think that might be better, but I think this is probably like his best case scenario. So hopping into his skills, as I said, he's a very offensive center that mostly relies on strength and knockback. So as you can see here, during the defensive possessions, he can move, block success rate, block range, movement speed. He can also lower the opposing contest range, and any dunk or layup or whatever goes near him turns into a contested layup. Like, he's a very defensive yet offensive center. The only thing that he doesn't really have in his kit is like 360 block, but outside of that, he's very good. See, yeah, he only has 240 here. And yeah, like, he's just like, he gets reduced contest range, layup and dunk accuracy. He also gets collision, bro. I'm telling you, he's basically Tatum just on steroids, bro. Like, he's just, you are going to knock. That's the whole gameplay. Knock back your defender, take a fadeaway, take a dunk. Like, that's really what you're trying to do. Like, he's very good in that aspect. I think if you're going to compare him, you really might want to compare him to Embid. Also, he can like pass out of his stuff as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, like, I think you really want to compare him to Embiid, maybe Olajuwon, but I think his style is still like so different from those guys. And I think maybe Olajuwon's probably better defensively because of his ult and stuff. But I think he's probably like on the same tier. So you can really run him as your main center, a big man, because he can rebound, or yeah, that catch and fade, man. That's like the main way I think I see people score with him on the Asian server. But yeah, he can probably be your main rebounder, or even like a secondary scorer. Like he's that good. He's gonna be that good. So I'm not sure exactly how you want to run that team, but he's gonna be very good. He's gonna be very good. Then he also has his box out thing, which I think is pretty cool. You can box out at different angles. And he also has like this skill where he can get the loose balls like differently. Like, he has like loose ball range or something in his talent tree. We're gonna get into that, but he has like and then he also, the basic rebounding stuff. But yeah, he's very good. He's very good. Then now getting into his talent tree, we have extra delivery here, which essentially after if you get deliverer after an offensive possession, he gets this extra delivery, which gives him off-ball movement speed and rebound range, which is pretty good here. Then you have transition slam, which is at 4 seconds after he defends a shot, he gets like 6 meter dunk range. That's actually pretty crazy. You can do that dunk that far out. Then you also have his post-up finishes. I think that side hook that you just saw is probably the move that you're going to do the most. Even when I'm facing Olajuwons, I don't see like all their moves. You really just spam a few moves here, and it's the same for him. You're going to want to do that catch and fade, that fake and post up, which we'll get into, and then so yeah, that fake and post up, and that layup, that hook shot, I should say. So yeah, that move, yeah, that is the move that you're going to be spamming a lot. You want to get that knockback. So that's pretty cool right there. That's probably the first thing you should get. Then you have breakaway here, which he doesn't get staggered on box out, or if you get staggered, he just spins out of it. That's going to be amazing. As a center or as a big man, your number one job is to fight for positioning and win that ball. So that's going to be very, very helpful there if you're trying to run him. And then, he, as I said, he does have like increased height on loose balls and stuff. So he's not Rodman or in a way like that, but that's just a nice skill to have if you do miss the rebound. In terms of his partners, he does have 3 really good partners in my opinion. You can build them however you want to. If you want to focus more on rebounding, if you want to focus on mid-range shots, if you want to focus on vertical to help him with rebounding and blocking mostly, like you can build him any which way there, but I would still say get rebounding because you're going to be facing big men most of the time. And then you also have his enhancement and enhanced 2 right here. He essentially just builds his passive deliver like faster. Essentially here, that's essentially what happens here, which is good. This is something you're going to want at a base minimum because, as I said, you're trying to get the knockbacks, you're trying to gain the strength, the off-ball movement speed, the accuracy, the success rate, so that's pretty necessary to have. And then right here at E4, he gets dunk trigger rate and dunk resistance, which is always good to have, especially with that dunk that he has, but you won't be getting it on the special dunk, unfortunately, but still. And then here, each time he rebounds, blocks, or contests a shot, he gains 60 morale within like 20 seconds of doing one of those other stuff. So if you contest a shot multiple times, you know, you're getting plus 60 morale each time, which can stack pretty fast, which helps him build up his passive to eventually, you know, well, build up his ult so you can able to pass it and get the strength to get the, you know what I'm saying, get the strength, get the accuracy, get the movement speed. So yeah, he's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I said he's a very offensive center. He's someone that you really want to be. He's basically, I said, I'll keep saying it, bro, he's Jayson Tatum. You want to get that knockback so bad, and it's gonna be pretty hard to guard, I'm not gonna lie, as big man, because you kind of have to be somewhat close to him. If you're too far, unless you're, you know, using Gasol, or I forget if Olajuwon has like 360 block the space, but you know, if characters that have 360 block, you know, he's gonna be pretty easy to defend there. But the distance that you have to stay to be around him to contest this stuff is gonna be hard. You're gonna get knocked back a lot. So he seems pretty good. Tell me what you guys think of this character down below, and let me know if you're gonna get him. I'll probably drop another video today, like with some gameplay of him that I can find. And yeah, that's gonna be all. See you guys next time.